During the auditions of America's Got Talent, we've seen all sorts of performances, from jaw-dropping talents to bizarre, out-of-the-box acts. But one act stood out in a way no one expected. This act had the judges on edge, especially Howie Mandel, who, despite his open-mindedness, couldn't take it anymore. In fact, he literally wanted the performance to stop. Let's take a closer look at this shocking moment and why Howie reacted the way he did. It all started when a seemingly ordinary performer took the stage. The contestant walked on confidently, ready to show the judges something unique. At first glance, nothing about this performer seemed too extreme, but as the act began, things quickly took a wild turn. This particular act wasn't a traditional performance. It was a stunt, a daring, unusual performance that caught everyone off guard. The performer, in a bold move, decided to take on something risky and dangerous. But unlike most contestants, this act wasn't just about skill. It was about pushing limits and going beyond what anyone expected. What started as a simple idea soon escalated into something that made even the most seasoned AGT judges uncomfortable. As the act unfolded, the audience and judges were left watching in disbelief. The performer was attempting a stunt that involved extreme physical risk. It seemed as though the performer's safety was in jeopardy, and it became clear that this was no ordinary performance. The stunt was unpredictable, pushing the boundaries of what AGT usually allows on stage. As the tension built, Howie Mandel couldn't hide his concern. Howie, known for his humor and often supportive attitude toward even the most eccentric performances, began to visibly worry. His calm, cool demeanor started to crack as the performer continued. With each step, Howie's unease grew, and you could feel the tension in the room. The audience was quiet, unsure of what was going to happen next, while the judges exchanged glances, unsure how to respond. Finally, Howie couldn't hold back any longer. As the act reached its peak, Howie raised his hand and called out, "Stop. I can't take it anymore." His voice was filled with genuine concern, and his expression was one of alarm. The crowd went silent, unsure of whether the performance had gone wrong or if this was part of the act. The performer, startled by Howie's interruption, paused, unsure of how to proceed. In that moment, the tension in the room was palpable. The audience held its breath, unsure if they were witnessing a disaster or if Howie was simply reacting out of sheer panic. The act eventually stopped, and Howie explained why he had called for it to end. He explained that while he appreciated creativity and boldness, he couldn't bear to watch something so dangerous. "I just don't want anyone to get hurt," he said, his voice steady but filled with genuine concern. The other judges, including Simon Cowell and Sofia Vergara, were quick to back up Howie's decision, acknowledging that while the stunt was impressive, it was also too risky for the AGT stage. The performer, though disappointed, understood the concern. The act had been daring, but in the end, it was clear that safety needed to come first. While the performance didn't continue, the act still made an impact. The risk of it, the audacity of pushing physical limits, was something that stuck with everyone. Even though Howie wanted it to stop, there was an undeniable admiration for the bravery and willingness to attempt such a risky stunt. The performer, though they didn't win the judges over this time, earned a place in AGT history for taking that chance. In conclusion, this moment proved that sometimes, no matter how creative or daring an act is, safety should always be the priority. Howie's reaction, though surprising, was a reminder that AGT isn't just about entertainment, it's about the well-being of the performers. So while this act may have been too much for Howie, it also left an unforgettable impression on everyone watching. Would you agree with Howie's decision to stop the act, or would you have let it play out? Let us know in the comments.